Well, there is no one giant step that does it, but a lot of little steps. And the it in this case is your good health. As we all know, it helps to have someone offering support and guidance along the way.
That's what Licking Memorial Health Systems wants to be for you. The starting point to making smart choices on diet and exercise, and a place you can find help for reversing those unhealthy habits.
Yeah, so today we're going to learn even more ways that they are improving the community's health. This is a special edition of Daytime Columbus with Licking Memorial Health Systems. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Robin Haynes, and joining me once again, we have Rob Montagnes, the CEO and President of Licking Memorial Health Systems.
Thank you, Robin. I'm looking forward to sharing with you the unique ways we are reaching out to our community members to educate and improve their health.
Yeah, from families looking to gain access to healthy fruits and vegetables to seniors wanting to stay active, there's even more access for people who want to reverse unhealthy habits like smoking. So this special edition of Daytime Columbus starts right now. The very first line of the mission statement for Licking Memorial Health System says very clearly, dedicated to improving the health of the community.
You know, for us, it's not just a mission statement. Really, we're actively trying to improve the health of the community, the people we serve. And when you improve the overall health of your community, there are some big steps in preventing chronic diseases that really pay dividends down the line.
Yeah, to that end, we are going to be joined now by Dr. Rick Baltusberger. We have met him before, but we're talking about this fruit and vegetable prescription program. So sounds like a pretty tasty one, at least, Dr. Rick, right?
Yes, it is.
Definitely. All right. So first, I want to have Rob kind of explain to us, what exactly is this program all about? Because it's interesting that you guys even thought to begin this to start with.
Well, clearly our pediatricians do a tremendous job, and we have seen childhood obesity be an issue, as many communities have, and we recognize that it wasn't always that they didn't really know what to do. Sometimes they didn't have the availability. Maybe they live in a food desert where they don't have access to acquire healthy fruits and vegetables, and so we thought it was appropriate for the physicians to provide them with an actual prescription for healthy fruits and vegetables that they can get throughout the community or even from us.
Right, and so it seems so simple, but Dr. Baltusberger, I imagine the impact on this is pretty enormous, right?
Yes, and if you think about medical diseases, obesity is a very common one. And when we treat diseases, a lot of times we like having things we can do for patients. And we've lacked that with obesity for a long time because we can counsel for literally 5 minutes in a room on what the parents can do, but have never had something we can give them. Now we do. Now we have something where we can give them a prescription where they can actually make a difference in how they take care of the dietary needs of their family.
Now, it's not just getting a prescription. It's actively doing some other tasks that help them really modify behavior. So maybe talk about some of those things we require of the families when we enter them in the program.
So one of the biggest problems dietary-wise is we generally have too many carbs and pre-processed foods and fatty foods and not enough natural fruits, vegetables that you can get at like farmers markets and at grocery stores. Parents don't go out and necessarily pick those items, one, because of the expense, and two, the time required to cook those things. And they may not have the knowledge on what to do. If they get a pack of four zucchinis, knowing what to do to make something that their family will eat. And so part of the program is meeting with nutritionists, meeting with the chefs and the cooks from Licking Memorial, learning how to make and use those products to make something that their family will eat that's healthy and nutritious.
And isn't that the thing? You always think like, well, my kid's not going to like this. Right. But if you learn how to prepare it, if you learn, to add a little seasoning, add something to it, it can make such a difference and then make it easier for everybody to enjoy that meal together. So then what are the goals? What are you hoping to see? And we know obesity, as you mentioned, is a big one, but what are you hoping to see in these families as you go through the program?
So we want in the families for the kids to eat healthier. And to do that requires a big chunk of time and commitment on the parents' part. So we require, when we say we require things of the parents, it's not because we want them to jump through hoops to be able to get these fruits and vegetables. We want them to be making changes, and to make those changes requires some knowledge gained on their part And that's why we ask them to meet with a nutritionist, to come in and get weight checks and checks at the pediatrician's office. Again, it's not to create hurdles so that it's harder for them to get the fruits and vegetables. We want them to be committed to the process.
Absolutely.
And I think what we've seen, Robin, is a residual benefit. You know, one of the things is if one or two of the family members start eating healthier and exercise, the entire family participates. And so we've heard stories, anecdotes where the entire family takes a bike ride. So they're all getting healthier, they're spending time together. If they make zucchini for the kids, generally everybody in the family will eat the zucchini at their meal. And so we're seeing a lot of ancillary benefits even beyond the one or two folks that maybe were identified by the pediatrician or the family practice physician, but the entire family unit really becoming healthier and even growing closer in many instances.
Yeah, because you don't want to see your family looking good, feeling good, and then you're behind, right? So you got to catch up. You got to be there with them. So let's tell people then, how are people getting this? How do they qualify? What do they have to do to take advantage?
Well, that's one of the best things about it is we do not have a 4-page application process for this. You do not have to be making below a certain amount of money to qualify for this. All it requires is for me as a physician, a pediatrician, to identify that that family is in a food insecure family where there's a need where they have barriers to them getting the fruits and vegetables for their family.
Okay.
And that's all it is. It's not, if I write their name on the script, hand it to them, they qualify.
I love it. So simple, so amazing, and hopefully it's going to make a huge impact. So thank you, of course, for teaching us a little more about it.
Thanks, Dr. Rick.
All right.
All right, so you've decided up next that you want to quit smoking. This is big, okay? But your willpower needs a little help.
Yes. Well, up next, learn how Licking Memorial Health Systems is there to help you quit the habit for good.
And who knew dancing could be so good for your health? We'll try to keep up with some very active seniors later in the show. Well, if there is one thing a person can do to immediately improve their health, it is to stop smoking. Yet we know that it is often easier said than done.
That's why at Licking Memorial Health Systems, we have a very thorough smoking cessation program. And the easiest thing any smoker can do is just ask us for help.
Yeah, so we are going to help people take that first step, Rob. And I want you to start by kind of telling us the purpose of this. It's called Quit for Health program. So what are you hoping to see? I mean, we hear so much bad stuff about smoking in general.
No question. And we just finished up with the food prescription program. We wanted a program that was low barrier, very easy for folks to get into, and very easy for them to continue and maintain. So we've taken out barriers such as cost. It's absolutely free, even providing the nicotine gum, the patches, the counseling. We have it at various locations throughout our health system. So at the hospital, at some of the physician practices. So there are various locations for counseling. And we made it very manageable in terms of getting to appointments in a reasonable time frame and maintaining those appointments. So really the whole goal is obviously to help folks not only quit but maintain any kind of reliance on nicotine or tobacco.
So you mentioned counseling. Are there other options in there? I mean, I don't know, we hear gums, we hear patches. I mean, what kind of things do you have?
I think all of those are included. So you will meet with a counselor and they will help define a program that fits and works for you. These are folks that are specifically trained in this, and some may utilize the patches, some may utilize the gum, some may utilize both. I think all of the interaction with the counselors is important and appropriate and will be a part of any program, but they'll tailor it to whatever that individual may need.
Okay, for sure. Okay, let's talk about some of the successes. Do you have any particular patients that come to mind when you talk about this?
Well, as a matter of fact, there's a patient, Evan Gentry, and I think he's had some great success, and I had an opportunity to sit down and talk with him just a few days ago.
All right, let's listen to that.
So Evan, tell us about your experience with the Quit for Your Health program.
Absolutely. My experience was great. The counselors are very supportive, always there to help give that little extra bit of accountability outside of your normal support system. And they're just always there, open door policy if you need assistance. And it was really helpful to take that extra step in that journey.
Maybe tell a little bit about the actual interaction with the counselors, maybe that experience, the sessions, and how easy they were to talk to and maybe provide the help you needed.
Yeah, absolutely. The interactions with counselors and everything, they're very, they weren't structured. It was just, what do you need out of the program? What do you want to talk about? How do you want to attack this? It was very supportive in a sense of, you're building the steps to your own success. It's not something that was just handed to you. So there's an extra sense of accountability, and that this is a plan that I'm creating that I can follow through on.
Do a nice job tailoring that to the individual, which is outstanding. Since you've completed this, maybe talk about how your life has changed now that you are free from nicotine.
Yeah, absolutely. Change is all for the better. It's given me a sense of control back from something that I thought I would never have. I would never have that back. So it's been fantastic.
And I know we talked a little bit about you enjoy exercising, and so maybe feel more energy, or you're able to exercise a little more, or?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I've started playing basketball on a weekly basis, so it's kind of sparked a couple other things as well to make some good changes.
Well, Evan, it's been great talking to you, and we're so proud and pleased that you continue to do so well. Thanks for being with us today.
Absolutely, thank you. Appreciate it.
I think it's interesting, he found a more active lifestyle afterwards, right? He's playing basketball. And I feel that it's important to say, this doesn't matter if you've been a smoker for 10 years, 20 years, a week. This is something that can help anybody.
There are great benefits to quitting regardless of how long you've been addicted to nicotine. And once again, I think you see some positive ancillary benefits. He's talking about playing basketball, spending more time with friends, family, good social interactions that maybe he didn't have prior to quitting. So there are a lot of positives, even beyond the specific healthcare benefits.
Absolutely. We even talked about smoking is a very pricey habit. To have that money to be able to put it towards something else, a vacation, save for something to celebrate that you've quit. All right, how can people join this? It's called Quit for Your Health.
I think the number is up on the screen there. They certainly can call that. Ask their primary care physician. Even specialist physician offices have information on this. We want to get as many folks into the program as are interested, and we want to help as many folks who want to quit be successful.
Absolutely. All right, all it takes is a phone call. It is easy. The program is completely free. So, Rob, thanks for sharing it with us.
Absolutely.
Well, being of a certain age doesn't mean you have to have a free pass to become a couch potato.
In fact, it's really one of the more crucial times of your life to stay active. So up next, how we're helping out in some ways you might not expect. Excuse me.
Well, an active lifestyle is always a good thing, no matter your age. Yet as we get older, people tend to make excuses for taking it easy and maybe not exercising as much as they should.
Well, today we'll show you there's no excuse for living a sedentary life, even in your senior years. But don't just take my word for it. We have Ms. Carol Brockway. She's an inspiring member of our active senior program. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Yeah, we saw a little picture of Carol dancing, so she's got some moves that we're going to learn about.
Absolutely.
Rob, I want you first to tell us, at Licking Memorial Health Systems, how did this active senior program begin?
Well, we've been on the show a number of times and talked about our Active Fit Youth program and had tremendous success with that. We were talking maybe 10, 12 years ago. And we had a number of folks in our community say, we would like an Active Fit program for our demographic. And one of the loudest groups was the seniors, who said it would be nice to have a program really tailored to us. So the Active Senior program came about a number of years ago, and it really is focused on those 60 and older that want to stay active, eat healthy, and there's a good social component to it as well, to get them out and interacting with other folks at events. All of that is extremely important.
So a specific goal would be just to keep them active, though, right? In a number of ways that probably keep them excited to keep being active, right?
We don't expect them to run triathlons or lift heavy weights. We have a bingo event. We have a Price is Right themed game show event. A lot of different activities that range from some that require some activity and some are more social in nature, but they're all enjoyable and fun, and I think hopefully Carol will echo that, that she enjoys coming to any of these events.
Carol, how long have you been a part of the program?
Well, I think it's probably been about 3 years, but I haven't been able to participate in everything.
Well, it's not that you have to do everything either, Rob, right? I mean, this is something where you get involved when you want, when you can.
Absolutely, that's right.
And so what can you tell us, Carol? What can you tell us about, what you've learned about being healthy, about being active?
Well, I find that the people who have really active and healthy lifestyles, they just seem to be especially happy and positively minded. And of course, as seniors, we have setbacks, maybe more setbacks than the younger set. But when we do, I mean, people, it's amazing what I've seen. The people who have made the comebacks, they want to get right back into that healthy lifestyle. I had a friend who played pickleball with us in the morning, and she had a stroke. With the help of Licking Memorial Hospital, her physical therapist, and her true grit, she is back there before you know it. And she's playing.
Incredible is that?
Oh, yeah. And then another person lost their spouse, and she had traveled with him and everything, but she came right back, travels again with us. We were just on a senior trip with the Y to Cincinnati, and she plays pickleball. Of course, now she's got one.
I love that you say pickleball like we know what that is. I have no clue what pickleball
is. Okay. Oh, well, I can tell you later.
Okay.
And she has this one shoulder that started hurting so much that she should probably get it worked on, but she's not finding the time right now, so she's using her left arm to play. And amazing how well she does it. So I've seen people just, fall, break something, various places, not just play pickleball.
Right.
But they want to get back, and they do. They come back nice and strong.
What are some of the other activities? I think of even things we do on a regular basis, gardening.
Oh, yes.
Just
I love to
taking
garden.
walks, things of that nature are included in the program. So maybe talk about any of the other activities you and some of the other members like to do.
Yes, we like to go on these trips. We go to Walk with a Doc. You have that program that's been a lot of fun, and you learn while you're walking with the doctor about the doctor and about other helpful issues.
Yeah, they probably give you
some
tips, give you some advice, right? You get one-on-one time and you get a little exercise in. So have you seen your mindset changing now that you see everybody else? You said they're all positive. Have you seen these? Have you taken that on?
Sure. Just having friends that are having things happen to them that happen to you, and it's just a neat way to share, and you learn more about maybe doctors, you learn more about ways to help yourself, different exercises you can do, programs you can
take advantage of. I love that. All right, Rob, this is an important program. How can people join? What do they have to do?
Once again, we are open to anybody that's interested, 60 and older. I think we have the web address up there. If you go to the internet, call us. We will make sure you get signed up, and it's a lot of fun. And if you can be as active as Carol and dance as well as Carol, I would like to dance as well as Carol. That is a ringing endorsement to participate in this program.
Yeah, the success of it definitely not lost on Carol. Carol, thank you so much for being with us too.
Thank you.
All right, up next, 5 more facts, 5 more ways you can count on Licking Memorial Hospital System to help keep you healthy at any stage of life. All right, it is time once again for our 5 Fast Facts segment. It gives us a chance to learn even more about Licking Memorial. Also gives chance for Rob to brag a little bit, because I know how proud he is, of course, of all the work he and his team does there to improve the community's health.
No question, our mission statement is to improve the health of the community. I think we've demonstrated so far today the number of programs we offer, and we have a few more to talk about.
All right, we talked about the LMHS Active Fit program in the past. First, just kind of briefly recap of what this program is about.
The Active Fit program was the initial program that was geared at children ages 6 to 12, and once again, teaching them to eat healthy, be active physically, get proper amounts of sleep to really maintain their overall health, and we've seen some great successes there.
It really is about having fun with the family too, right? I mean, you're incorporating that whole thing. It's about relationships and health.
Yes, many of the activities involve the entire family. I think we're going to show 5 or 6 of the activities here on the screen, and many of those the family is available to be included or at least attend and see the children participating in the mini triathlon or at the active field day. And so a lot of fun with all of those events.
And I've heard about the Junior Chef event. That's a big hit. People love that one. So.
And it gives the parents an opportunity to say, now that the kids know how to cook a healthy meal, they can cook one day a week. So mom and dad tend to love that.
Friday night is your night. Okay, our next fact involves the extension of your smoking cessation program. This one is Quit for You, Quit for Your Baby. How big of a problem is that among expectant mothers, smoking?
Yeah, it's more common than certainly we would want. In fact, in our community, we've seen years where that percentage is over 20%.
Wow.
So we want to make sure that we give all the resources we can to make those available so moms can quit while they're pregnant. It certainly is better for their baby, better for them. And it's really a great program, and we've also seen a lot of successes. We would like that number to be 0, but whatever number we can reduce that overall percentage is very positive.
Absolutely. All right, Rob, another program new parents and their children is called Be Wise, Immunize.
Yeah, that's an opportunity. We would like for our children to get immunized through their pediatric practice, but if for whatever reason maybe they haven't identified with a pediatrician yet, this is an event where they can come down and get their immunizations, especially the flu vaccine and how prevalent the flu may be in certain years, and so we want to make it easy for them.
Okay, and then next on our fact sheet, the Walk with a Doc event. We were actually talking with our active senior during the last segment just about this.
Yes, Carol alluded to this, and you can find this information on our website as well. Each month we have a Walk with a Doc. I think we're showing Dr. Kevin O'Lean. He is one of our orthopedic surgeons. In fact, he's the orthopedic surgeon that repaired my son's ACL a couple times. So
there's a glowing endorsement.
Yeah, and he's doing really well. There's Janae Davis, but an opportunity for community members to walk with a physician, get some exercise, and get some medical questions answered.
And then LMH Health, or LM Health, I should say, .org. You can just search on their main page, Walk with a Doc. It'll show up all the list of dates and events and what's coming up, so it's easy to find. And finally today, LMHS, a sponsor of the Licking County Heart Chase in downtown Newark. What was that event for? What was that like?
Yeah, it's a great event where we're able to collaborate with another larger organization, the American Heart Association, and do some education and teaching about the importance of heart health, from lifestyle and eating to how to do CPR. So a great collaboration, and certainly the cardiology department and the entire health system really support this.
It's amazing, Rob, and I know we've covered obviously way more than 5 facts today, but to say that Licking Memorial truly is dedicated to its community as a community hospital is probably the most, the understatement of the year here, because you guys offer so many programs and you're always looking for ways to innovate and add more.
Yeah, when I speak to groups and new employees, I really emphasize we're not there to just take care of sick people.
Right.
We're there to keep them healthy, and we can't do that inside of our walls, inside of our offices. We've got to proactively be out in the community, and I think these programs really highlight that.
Absolutely. All right, Rob, any last words you want to say to people out there? Get healthy. I mean, there it is. That's the motivation, right?
Go to our website, take advantage of these programs. Certainly Licking Countyans, it's right there for you.
Yeah, and they take away so many of the barriers. So again, the website, phone number if you want to call, up on screen. Rob, thank you as always for joining me. Of course, I'm sure we'll see you again soon.
Yes, thank you for having me.
All right.